أعوذ بالله من الشaitan الرجيم. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Irfan Rusydi bin Muhammad Tarmizi, matrix number 24004388. And today I will be discussing about the issue of rebucks in Islamic economic system. Without further ado, let's dive into the topics that I'll be discussing about. Alright. Firstly, the riba is min al-ziyadah, which is addition. Linguistically, it means addition or increase. Technically, it refers to the increase of value on a loan by the lender or promised by the borrower with exchange of certain goods and currencies. It refers to the difference in value due to different quantities or the difference in exchange time. Riba also has several terms used by the commodities such as faedah, bunga, interest, and others. As a Muslim, we should be aware and in identifying these terms to avoid being involved in transactions that have an element of riba. Alright, there are some that explain and say that the prohibition of riba, such as from the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 275, which the translation is, where Allah has permitted trade and has forbidden riba, which we clearly see which is right and which is wrong. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, "Istanibu sab'al mubiqati qalu ya Rasulullah wa ma hunna qala syirku billahi wa sihru wa qatlun nafsi allati haramallahu illa bil haqqi wa aklu riba wa aklu mal yatim wa tawalli yawm al-zahfi wa qadful muhsanati al-mu'minati al-ghafilat," which means avoid these sedimented sins. The companions ask, "What are they, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?" Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sorcery, killing a soul that has been forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except with justification, consuming riba, consuming the property of orphans, fleeing from battle, and accusing believing women in adultery." And next, we can look further into the types of riba. There are two types of riba, which is the first one is riba al-duyun. Riba al-duyun refers to riba related to loan and debt transactions. In this case, there are two subcategories that we need to understand. The first subcategory is riba al-qard. Riba al-qard is an addition imposed on the principal amount of the loan, which is this often occurs when a borrower borrows a sum of money and agrees to repay the amount plus a certain addition as interest. For example, if someone borrows 1,000 and agrees to pay 1,100, then the 100 itself is riba. The second subcategory is riba al-jahiliyah, which refers to the practice of imposing penalties or additions on the loan amount due to late payment. For example, if a borrower unable to pay their debt on time, the lender may impose an additional penalty. This not only burdens the borrower but also creates injustice in the financial relationship. The second type of riba is riba al-buyu', which is related to the sale and purchase of ribawi goods. There are two main types in this category. First off is riba al-fadl, which occurs when there is an exchange of the same type of ribawi goods, but with different quantities or weights. For example, if someone exchanges 10 grams of 999 gold for 15 grams of 916 gold, this will be considered as riba because of the unequal difference in quantity. Then, riba nasiyah, which occurs when sale and purchase of ribawi goods is done on a non-cash basis or with deferred payment. For example, buying gold on credit where the buyer does not pay in cash at the time of purchase but promises to pay in future. In this situation, risk and uncertainties can arise for both parties, and it can lead to injustice if not managed properly. You can see that we don't know what time they will pay in future, so there mostly high risk that it may be if both parties can cannot seek promise that they made. Alright, and then we can look into the history of riba. The origins of riba has been existed since the ancient times. Historical records indicate that this practice has been around since 2500 before Christ in Mesopotamia, where interest systems were used in lending transactions. At the time, the interest rates change vary depending on the type of loan and the risk involved. For example, in Babylon, interest rates could reach about 20%. And then some religious traditions, such as in the Jewish tradition, riba is strictly prohibited. In the Old Testament, there is a clear prohibition against taking interest from fellow Jews, but it's allowed for non-Jews. In ancient Greece, thinkers such as Plato and Aristotle also criticized the practice of riba, which Plato say it's considered as the interest cost to social injustice, while Aristotle argued that money should not produce more money on the exact money that has been legally made from the transaction that has been made. And then, before the advent of Islam, which is the Jahiliyyah era, our society has recognized two main forms of riba, which is riba nasi'ah, and riba afal. Riba nasi'ah involves delaying debt payments with additional interest, while riba afal relates to the exchange of the same type of goods with unequal quantities, which I explained earlier before. In context, the riba become a source of oppression against the poor by the rich, which cause injustice in society. And then, after the advent of Islam, Prophet Muhammad SAW emphasized the prohibition of riba through revelations in the Quran. This verse emphasized that riba is haram because it leads to losses and injustice in society. I have recited the Surah Al-Dalil, which is Surah Al-Baqarah 275 until 279. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has reminded us Muslims to abandon the practice of riba and adhere to the principles of justice in economic transactions. Alright, in this new topic, I'll be discussing about what impacts or the implications that could occur when the riba is being practiced among the individuals, companies, and government. Firstly, the impact of riba on individuals. With being involved with riba can cause various financial and psychological problems. Riba often traps the borrower in cycle of debt that is difficult to break. Those involved in riba-based loans usually have to pay more than the amount of their borrow, which can result in prolonged financial hardship. This can also cause the person to have mental and emotional stress as individuals feel pressured to meet their financial commitments. And then next, the impact of riba on companies. For companies, the practice on riba can lead to financial instability. Companies that rely on high interest loans may face difficulties in growing or surviving in the market. When the company had to pay high interest, it reduced profits or hinders the investment in innovation or business expansion, which could lead to a reduction in job opportunities and increased unemployment rates among young people. In the long term, this practice can contribute to economic recessions, where small and medium-sized companies are forced to close their operations due to unsustainable debt burdens. Then what could happen to the government? At the government level, riba can negatively impact the overall national economy. Dependence on riba-based financial system can lead to economic imbalances and increased cost of living for citizens. The government may need to take measures to address the social and economic consequences of the practice of riba, such as increasing social assistance or introducing policies to support affected groups. Furthermore, if society continues to trap in riba system, it will reduce the potential for long-term economic growth and affect the political and social stability of the country. Alright. We have looked into what is riba, types of riba, and how is riba its origins, and also what its impact to the society. And now we want to know what can we do to avoid from being involved into transactions that has the element of riba. The first thing that we can do is by avoiding transactions involving riba. One of the most effective ways is to ensure make sure of all transactions are conducted in a halal manner. In Islam, there are various types of permissible transactions, such as mudarabah. Another way we can do is by depositing funds in Islamic banks. Islamic banks operate based on Islamic principles and offer financial products that does not involve any riba. By transferring our savings to the Islamic bank, we not only safeguard our wealth but also adhere to Islamic teachings. There are some Islamic banks in this country, such as Bank Islam, Bank Muamalat, and such and others. Another way that we can do is cultivating a sense of contentment. Contentment, or we say qana'ah, also plays a crucial role in avoiding riba. By cultivating this attitude, individuals will be more grateful for the blessing bestowed upon them by Allah, and will not fall into desire to acquire more money than what is necessary. They will not feel that they should do riba to gain more money that they want. And then lastly is understanding Syariah Muamalah knowledge, which is key to ensuring that every transaction conducted is halal. With this knowledge, we can identify which transactions contains element of riba and which do not. Additionally, it is important to ensure that the goods being bought or sold are halal and sourced from reputable origins while being free from gharar. By taking these steps, we can lead an economy alive that aligns with Islamic teachings and stay clear of riba. Alright, it looks like we have reached the end of our discussion. But before that, I want to give a conclusion to this discussion. As we all know, riba has been practiced since the ancient times, which is in Mesopotamia before 2500 before Christ, and then until the advent of Islam, which Prophet Muhammad SAW has said the prohibition of riba in both Quran and Hadith. And then we have learned some types of riba, which is riba aduyun, which has two subtopics, and also riba ambuyong, it has two subtopics. And then we have noted the implication and the impact that could happen when riba occurs among the society, which get from the individual, society, and the government. And last but not least, the steps that we can do to avoid being involved with the riba transactions. Alright, that's all from me. Thanks for give full attention to this discussion, and hope you can use and practice this knowledge to our daily basis. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Syukran ala husni istima'ikum. Thanks for watching. See you next time.